Welcome back everybody to the R44 YouTube channel, and today we are going to be talking about suspension. And the reason you have clicked on this video is because you've seen the title and the thumbnail and you want to take your suspension to the next level. And this video is specifically about one company that introduces all the adjustable components for your suspension, and you're going to take it to the next level, which if you can see on the E46 is more of a, I'm going to say more stancy than practical, but that is the most extreme case of the camber and the adjustability that you can get on your cars with these new parts, and introduce you to the company and the products that are going to take your suspension to the next level. And that company is Hardrace. And I have put a couple of their products up on here that we will go into more detail and more in depth about what they do, how they do it, and why they do it, and why you should get them on your car if you are a track enthusiast, let's say, and you want your wheel alignment, you want your suspension to be on point. Now, most of you, when you get into modifying the suspension of your car, like myself, the first modification I went and done was a stance kit. These are just your H&Rs, I-back, lowering springs. They're going to give you a bit more stance, they're going to give you a bit more surface area on the car, but again, there's not really any adjustability with them. You're set at one ride height. You still get, the ride quality is still OEM, but yeah, if you want to go a bit further, then normally you would upgrade to your coilovers. Now, that depends on what coilovers you want to go with. There's so much on the market. We run a lot of KWs here. We fit a lot of KWs, and they are a great sort of brand to fit to your car for coilover wise. Now, that is where people get to the point where they believe that is it. They're done with the suspension upgrades, and they can't go any further. But the issue with that, car manufacturers aren't really factoring in the enthusiasts like us. So the adjustability to the suspension and making your car even better around the track and handling a lot better, they don't think about. So once you lower your car, it can throw off the geometry and throw off the car completely. But yeah, a lot of the products are made so that it's not that bad when you put them on, but it could be a lot better with something like Hardrace, with the toe arms, camber arms, and just more adjustability. You have a little bit of adjustability on your OEM cars, but not nearly as much as you would like when you're going around a corner and yeah, you've normally got a 1.5 ton car going around a corner at 80 miles an hour. The geometry, the weight transfers, everything like that, everything comes and factors in. So when you're doing that and you're going hard around the track and you want a bit more spirited driving, then adjustability is going to be your best friend when doing this. Now, we're going to be talking adjustability, and I have the most extreme version of the camber adjustment that we have in the workshop currently, which is our E46 M3 that's recently just gone to the Nürburgring. I also believe we've uploaded a YouTube video of that. But this is where you can see the most extreme camber adjustment on a car, and you can go even more than this. I'm not sure why you would, but you can do. Now, what camber does is essentially your OEM fitment would be correctly, the center line would be straight down. As much surface area as possible in the car when you're driving, road use, absolutely perfect. But when it comes to track racing, you're going to want to go with a negative camber, which means that the top wheel is slightly inverted towards the car. Positive camber you would never really use unless you're using for a specific setup. But for track use and what we're using it for, you would always go negative. Now, depending on how far you want to go negative, so what does this actually do for your car? Now, there are some pros and some cons to this. The cons is that the surface area, the level of contact with the wheel, once it goes with the negative camber, is a lot less on the road. So at top end, you're going to be losing slight top end sort of grip, but then at the bottom end, you are wearing the tyres out. The inner edge of the tyre is going to go a lot quicker because that is where all the weight is being transferred to. Now, the biggest pro to this is, obviously when we're track racing, let's face it, we don't really care about tyre wear. We're going to do whatever we can to get the quickest lap time. Now, this is because when you're on the road, absolutely fine. When you're cornering and you've got a car of this weight, like I said, the transfer is going to be a lot more. Now, let's say the car is going left, so it's turning away from us. All of that weight is going to be on the car and transferring over. If your wheel is straight, like we are now, and the weight transfers over, it's going to push the wheel like this. And we're going to have a lot of outer edges that are going to be on contact with the floor. Now, if you start here and you go around the corner, the tyre will level out. Hence why we've got the negative camber in the wheel arch. And as soon as we go around the corner, it will level out, and that will create the most surface area on the car with the contact to the ground and therefore produce better grip. So at this point you're probably wondering, can I adjust it myself? Should I adjust it myself? And how do I go about getting it adjusted? Now what we do with our cars is we normally put all the suspension on, and obviously when you're messing around with suspension, you're messing around with settings, the wheel alignment's going to be off. Now we have Geo by Luke just around the corner from us, so when we get a car done, whether that's a customer car or a shop car, we'll go straight to him and we'll tell him specifically what we want the car to be used for. Most of the time, now you're like watching this video, it's going to be a fast road setup. You're going to be on the track sometimes, but like you don't want to readjust the car when it comes off a track day. You just want to enjoy the track day and enjoy the car, which then you'll go for something like a fast road setup where you can drive it fast on the road, you've got plenty of grip, and you don't need to do any sort of heavy adjustments after the fact. And the tyre wear is not going to be too extreme for you. So yeah, we use Geo by Luke. You can go to sort of any specialist in the wheel alignment sector and tell them what you're looking for, and they will set the car up specifically to how they think it's going to be best for you. But let's also add, this comes with your driving style. There isn't a one size fits all. There's a point to start from, but how you drive the car and how you like it to handle with the understeer and oversteer is completely down to you. So it's definitely recommended to do some research on how your car acts and the way you drive it to know what you want. If you want more camber, more toe, more caster, things like that when you go back to the wheel alignment, or if you're doing any more suspension work. Now the second part of adjustability we're going to move on to is the toe angle. Now I can show you pretty easily what that is. As you're looking down at your wheels, that's toe out, this is toe in, and just like that you know what it is. But no, in all seriousness, we're going to go through what the toe adjustment does to the car, how it makes it act, and why you would adjust it with some Hardrace parts. Okay, so if you want more straight line performance, then you would slightly toe in your wheels. But if you wanted more cornering performance, then you would slightly toe out. But either way, if you adjust that too much, you're going to be getting a lot of tire wear. So again, like I said, a specialist geometry setup will put that correct. But again, you got to think your tires will be going like this along the road, or they'll be going like this. They're not going to be doing this. So the tire wear is going to be extreme with the toe adjustment, hence why that is very minimal. Now, the final adjustability sector that you're going to be looking in with the suspension is going to be the caster angle. So we're talking about the camber, we spoke about the toe, and now we're going to talk about the caster angle. And this really is, I believe, down to you as a specific driver. I'm going to be honest, myself, I'll just let the wheel alignment specialist deal with that because they know what they're doing the best. But in terms of how I feel driving it, I just want to make sure that I can corner fast and go fast in a straight line around corners, whatever it is. But my arm is going to be your shock absorber, which is again directly onto the hub of the car, which is your wheel. This is going to be your top mount here. The caster is this. I can't go that far, but this is your caster. A lot of cars from OEM are going to be set slightly off center, and that is going to be slightly leaning towards the positive caster. So you've got positive and negative camber, toe, and now caster. I know it's a lot to deal with, but stay with me on this. And a lot of cars, you'll never really need to use the negative caster. So that is something that I would leave down to the wheel alignment specialist, me personally. But if you do feel like there is something that needs to change with the handling of your car, and if you've gotten that far with your car and you do a lot of track days, then caster is definitely something to look into and adjust. But now we're going to head into the workshop, and I'm going to tell you specifically which each individual part does and why you put them on your car. I know I said that I was going to go into the workshop and show you where these are being fitted, but I don't know if you can hear that. There's a lot of work going on in the workshop, and there's a lot of work going on next door as well, and they're doing some sort of mad construction work. So I can't go there, but we are in the product room, and I'm going to be talking you through each individual part that I have here from Hardrace. Now, there's something quite important to mention about the Hardrace brand and their products that they offer. Now, if you know of any sort of arms that you have on your car from the OEM factory, you'll see that they have rubber bushes, which are no different to how they act on the Hardrace products. The biggest difference is that under load and under mileage, these rubber bushes will start to wear out, obviously, and sometimes you have to get them replaced. Now, luckily with Hardrace, that I have one of their bushes here that you can see, are made up of 150% stiffer material, so that under load they're a lot more stiffer. You know, they don't have as many variables as to when you're moving, because as you can imagine, your car moving at such speeds, if there's a lot of movement going around and you're worn OEM bushes, that's going to cause, if anything, a safety factor really. So these being 150%, almost 1.5 times more stiffer than your OEM bushes, are going to lead you with a lot more confidence on the road. But it's key to note with this, you are not running an OEM setup anymore, which the OEM ride quality is probably not going to be the same after you install this many adjustment of the parts, and because of the stiffer bushes on the arms is going to lead to a bit more a bit less movement, let's say, and you may get a bit more noise, road noise from the road, but it all adds to it. We love our cars, we love racing our cars around, and just the rawness of having stiffer bushes and a stiffer car makes us stiff. So this specific part here is for your F82 M4, and it is the camber adjustment. It's the top camber adjustment. Now, as you can see on both sides here, we have these sort of nuts that you can adjust. Now think of it like this, and the wheel is here. If I want to lengthen these, put it longer, again, adjusting it with the geometry setup of the car, I'm going to lengthen this out and I'm going to push the wheel out for more positive camber. Now, if my wheel is here and I want to adjust it to here, I'm going to shorten the arm and then create more negative camber, which you'll see on our E46 and other race cars. That is what they do. Now, what I have here is looking slightly different, and this is to go on the lower half of the suspension. So obviously we've got the top camber, now we've got the lower adjustment of the suspension. Now, their role is not to give you too much adjustment, but all the magic is in here and in this joint. Creates less sort of movement, less variables at higher speeds because of the stiffer setup. So that's what's going to go on your car. Again, you can adjust it this side, adjust it however you want, and however's best to drive the car and however's best feel for the car. Yeah, so essentially what this does, it creates a more stiffer feel to the suspension of the car, less variables, less movement, and again, you get the safer option of a bit more adjustability with the car. So yeah, those are these two parts. Okay, that is going to be it for this week's YouTube video. If you are interested in any Hardrace products, I'm sure they're going to be in the description down below, and they're going to be all over our website. So we are looking forward to fitting some of these Hardrace parts and getting the feedback from them on how they feel, how they fit, and how they are as a product. But other than that, if you've learned anything new, put it in the comments. I'd like to know. And that's it. We'll see you on the next one.